What's going on, traders? In this video, we're going to talk about a stock that I believe is going to go insane towards the upside and why you should trade it. Before we start, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So first things first, I want to give everyone a congratulations who ended up trading AMD towards the upside. We talked about how AMD can head as high as 220, 230 intermediate to long term. So congratulations to you. Secondly, I want to give a huge shout out to Dave in the Discord. He's pretty much been spamming all last week on how AMD is going to go crazy towards the upside. All I did was take what Dave said, put it in a video, give the information to you guys, let you guys do what you want with the information. So all credit goes to Dave. Thanks to Dave's confirmation on those 180 strike calls for October 17th, I was able to turn 400 into 12K. So if you want to take advantage of plays like this before I put them into videos, Discord link will be in the description below. So let's talk about AMD and then we'll get into the stock that I believe is going to go crazy towards the upside. So when it comes to AMD, in our last video, we talked about how AMD is forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern on the weekly time frame and how it can head as high as 220, 230. We saw AMD head as high as about basically 230. And so the question is AMD done? I don't think AMD is done intermediate to long term. Short term, it does look like we're looking at a potential retest towards that 188 level. If you're wondering where I'm getting 188 from, it's pretty much where this inverse head and shoulders pattern's neckline is. And so what we're looking for here, if we're talking about a potential trade back towards the upside, is that we want to see AMD pretty much retest this level here or this neckline here and then get some type of bullish structure or bullish confirmation back towards the upside. Now, worst case scenario here is that we break below this neckline and then we head back towards 173 and then we wait for another breakout above the neckline, and then that will confirm that we're going to see more upside towards the projected move of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. And so if you're wondering what the projected move for this inverse head and shoulders pattern is, we're talking about a move. Let's actually get rid of this real quick. We're talking about a projected move all the way towards the 300s, right? So if we measure the bottom of the shoulder here all the way to the bottom of the head here, and then we bring it to the initial breakout point of this head and shoulders pattern, or this inverse head and shoulders pattern, I should say. Come on, work with me here. We're talking about a move all the way to about the 320s, 330s when it comes, actually higher than that, 380s when it comes to AMD. Now, am I guaranteeing this is going to happen? No, I can't tell you guys for sure if this is going to happen, but I do imagine that a good portion of this move can happen, and we can see a move at least as high as 280 when it comes to AMD. And so again, if we're talking about a potential entry here, my potential entry targets will be at around 188, which is our neckline for the inverse head and shoulders pattern. And my second target, if 188 just so happens to fail, is 173. So that's what I'm looking at for AMD. You let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you took advantage of this play as well and how well you did on the play. And so a stock that we're going to talk about in this video that I believe is going to go crazy towards the upside is Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly looks really good. So if we look at the weekly time frame here, guys, all right, you have this massive bull flag, all right, and this bull flag has a projected move all the way to about 1300 when it comes to Eli Lilly. And so a potential play that I will be looking at is October 17th 900 strike calls. Now, one of our mods already alerted this, or one of our admins already alerted this as a play. So if you want to check it out, feel free to do so. But your key levels here is obviously 854 when it comes to Eli Lilly. If we can get above 854 and actually hold, then I do believe Eli Lilly is going to head further towards the upside. And so right now, it looks like we could see a potential retest here because the market is kind of leaning bearish, right? Like at least bearish short term, right? Bearish, I couldn't think of a better word, but you guys get the idea here. And so what I'm looking for when it comes to Eli Lilly, just in case we do get a retest back towards the upside, is a retest of this structure here at around 825. That's the worst case scenario. Okay, worst case scenario. I'm not guaranteeing this is going to happen. I'm just saying this is the worst case scenario. And so if we zoom out, we see that we have multiple retests here. We got a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. And so if Eli Lilly just so happens to break towards the downside or break down towards the downside, right, then I'm looking at a retest of 825 before we head back towards the upside. And then my price target will be at around 903 short term. Pretty much the top of this bull flag between 890 903 is what I'm looking at for Eli Lilly. It's also important to note that you do have a gap all the way at 880 when it comes to Eli Lilly. So I do believe at minimum we could see a move towards 880. So you definitely want to give yourself time when it comes to this play. Another scenario here is that you simply retest 833. If you retest 833 and actually hold that level, then I do believe Eli Lilly can head back towards the upside. All right, but worst case scenario, again, this is like the absolute worst case scenario. I don't see a scenario beyond this. Is 825 retest. From here, what you want to see is obviously 848 get held. If you see 848 get held, then you're heading towards 850. Then you want to see that 854 target get held, and then from there you're looking at about 857. And then from there, I do believe the sky is the limit. So that's what you want to see when it comes to Eli Lilly. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until the next video, traders, have you a good one.